Right, so here we go again. Let's jump in the car, Pauline. This will be a fun one. Which direction shall we face? We'll go and put our seatbelt on because we'll get $1,200 fine from the Rosses here in Queensland. That's what they hate. They chase down speeding and prey on people not wearing and complying, Pauline, with simple things because they're children, for their safety, Pauline, for road safety, always for their safety. Children need their safety, Pauline. So belt up, $1,200 fine up here. Buckaroonies are expensive, aren't they, Pauline? So buckle up, let's get on the road, vroom vroom, and we'll head down the highway. Mountains, nice green pastures and shit. We're driving, everything's pretty cool, right? Vroom vroom, pretty nice view. Most people aren't used to this, are they, Pauline? Let's just stop, take a right hand turn somewhere up here. Maybe it's the left, maybe it went straight ahead for a little while, and then bam! So imagine being one of those houses up on the hill there, and you would have had a beautiful view all the way through until come along and put this in your front yard. Pretty cool, right? So from we're driving along, and I'm sure you see these things everywhere, Pauline, like that. They're everywhere, aren't they, Pauline? So as I vroom vroom, make sure you've got your seatbelt on there. Belt up, Pauline, belt up. And we'll check out this next thing, which is pretty Queenslanderish, like as we go further into the mountains here. Maybe it's to the left, maybe it's to the right. We don't know with all these politicians around. We might see some of their signs on the road as we go past, Pauline. We've got no idea at this point. You pop up everywhere like whack-a-mole. Do you know what I mean? Like, so just sit there and watch, and we'll just take a left-hand turn about here. So, right? Like those greetings, like, everything's on fire. They're using all the water. That we don't know how farming works in any way, shape or form. We don't know who runs it all. Who actually does the farming. Who actually lit that field on fire in the first place. And how that whole industry comes about to make your little cup of coffee that little bit sweeter while you sip on your little latte with your tight t-shirt on. And that's the problem, Pauline. No idea. So left or right doesn't really matter at this point, does it? And then have you got your seatbelt on? $1,200 fine here by the Rosses if you haven't. So we're in the Subaru. No advertisement here to Subaru, but fucking awesome car, Pauline. Really good car. Like the thing will go bing bong if you haven't got your seatbelt on. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. You have to put it on, otherwise the car's going bing bong all the way down the highway, and you don't want the car going bing bong all the way down the highway, do you? So $1,200 fine's not really in the game when your car goes bing bong all the time down the highway. And I think that's pretty cool. So, you know, and then the other thing here is cruise control. It's the best thing ever. You know, you set like, you know, 2% above the speed limit, hit that thing, and that engine goes up and down below the speed limit and above the speed limit as it maintains road control. It's pretty cool. Then you don't get stung by the rozzers, Pauline, by the rozzers for road safety, Pauline, just while you're enjoying the highway. Road safety preying on you like little Nazis up and down the highway, like, so you have to use the little cruise control button. So belt up, right? You're on cruise control now, and just watch some more. So we go past those stacks there. I can't remember, was it before them or was it after them? But see all that smoke coming out. Oh, the greenies are all at it again. It's steam, Pauline, from processing all that sugar. You should see those sugar train canes. They go in like it's a whole entire network of trains. It's pretty cool, and they push like 100 carriages. I'll take video of it if I can. They're pretty cool. Like, and this is your industry that you support here in Queensland federally. With your roads to success, Pauline, and you haven't explained to the people what the Kuranda Range is all about. Like automated highways, this means trucks, or does this mean AI to sting them with millions of cameras so that they can't do anything? For road safety, Pauline, always for that road safety. All those red lines and more signs, and little smiley faces if you're doing like 50 in a 60 zone, but frowny faces if you're doing 61. You know, it's kind of like, when do all the kids get the idea of smashing the fuck out of these things, and we just see broken stuff all down the highway, which is what I'm expecting people to get around to when they realise the artificial intelligence that you've linked it all together with your money men that created all the concrete in the country. More highways, please, Pauline. Oh, they're beautiful highways. If I could have like 8 lanes, I could super fast that car and then vroom, you know what I mean. But then the Rozzers would sting us every time we were doing 61 frowny face in a 60 zone, because that's what artificial intelligence is like. Car, talk to me, slow down. The car will be like, artificial intelligence, okay. And there will be no steering wheel, Pauline. No steering wheel. While they drive those trucks up and down highways with all that food in it. And there'll be no men involved while the money men transport all of their goods back and forwards in their little remote controlled toy sets. Toy sets, Pauline. They're probably sitting there with their little hand controlled, like an Amazonian in the jungle, right? Super technologies. Let's just watch the highway. It's fun. And then take a left. Not so forgotten up in these parts, because we get to that crown again, and I'll just show you how big it is, Pauline. Right? That's not on those police uniforms, is it? That's real, because what's it say up there in the sunlight? We will remember them. ANZAC, Australian Commonwealth Military Forces. That's not small, that's huge. And here's the best part. There's the sunset. There's the sunset in the background there, Pauline. At the going down of the sun. And in the morning, we shall remember them. We will remember them. There's a lot of different wording in, but the main premise here is to those who paid the supreme sacrifice. Now, if we come over here, right, on this centenary recognition of the establishment of the El Arish, originally Maria Creek Soldiers Settlement, we acknowledge the determination and dedication of 3576 LCPL Francis Paxton Martin, 6th Light Horse, appointed superintendent of the settlement on the 29th of July 1920, who by his efforts contributed significantly to the success of this government venture, the Martin family. Whoops, I forgot about all those people that defended me while I tried to undermine their very own constitution to try and take it for myself. And I was greedy, and I didn't realise it was all wrapped up in war crimes and shit. And now I feel sorry about it, and I don't want to play all the war crimes. Tough shit. Belt up. You're on the highway now. For road safety, Pauline. Just totally for road safety. Don't get stung by the rozzers. Or those war crimes, for that matter. And that's where we venture. A little bit deeper down the rabbit hole no one knows, because it's so dark and evil in there. And they don't want to venture in there. They'd rather stay on the highway, Pauline, where they get to belt up and be all subordinate and shit to the state, Pauline, like little good children of the state, Pauline, like little wards being told to run around a little rat cage and go back to work. Go back to work. You'll miss all the adventures of your life by working for them, and then they get trapped in this little cage like a rat, and the mortgage and all the clockwork starts to tickety-tick-tock, and then they're stuck, Pauline. And they don't know another way. And they lose their grace with the world. And that's where we're at, isn't it, Pauline? You haven't got an answer to the left or an answer to the right, and you're like the Rocky Horror Picture Show of the Senate and the House of Representatives. And Elbow is just like this, I don't know, the weird guy in the corner there that everyone thought would shut the fuck up. But he's like Johnny Howard. A little clown show coming out of the Rocky Horror Picture Show went, here I am to fuck all your shit up. And he tried, didn't he? And the country said, no, we don't want that. We totally don't want that. It's kind of slightly retarded, and it's now demonstrated a very separate mindset in the country, especially with the jabbies, right? And then when you look at the David Halpins and his jabby style, you know, there's a bit of a problem, and you can now see who's dumb and blind to that problem via these problems you've created in the country that have kind of demonstrated two-face in some of you. And then some of you just totally ignorant, forgive them for they know not what they do, but we prove that you know what you do. You know that you've got no power. You said it directly after we accused you of it. And that's called putting it on the record. That's the wonderful thing about it. Putting it on the record. So, adventure on. More mega freeways for Queensland, please, Pauline. Like all over the state, just cover the state in big roads that tanks need to use. Just do that. Right, and then just put signs everywhere, Pauline. Everywhere. We need 5-lane highways across all of Queensland. Now, you think all those people in Bowen are feeling really shitty right now, given that you've just smothered them in roadworks? North of the city roadworks, south of the city roadworks, west of the city roadworks, in the city roadworks. Because that's all you can do, isn't it, Pauline? Follow the bidding of the people with the money. We need to spend concrete. Like, you need to sell concrete. More concrete, please. Just bring all that concrete dust in and let's turn it into pylons and shit, Pauline. We need road barriers and mega roads all across the state, please. Just like how you destroyed the Whitsundays. Just the same. We need that in every harbour town across all of Queensland. Just destroy Queensland exactly the same as you did to the Whitsundays, Pauline.